I think what makes our thrift store different is that we've figured out how to really increase the volume. A lot of nonprofits and charities do what we do and have a thrift component that helps raise money. But what I think is really different about us is that we have achieved the volume that we have. So we raise over $1 million a year in the thrift store, and it's 7,000 square feet of thrifting, which you just don't find in a lot of other places. So Johnny Cake's role in the community is interesting. The towns that we serve don't have human resource departments the way most towns that you would kind of think of do. So we act as an agency that connects people to resources. So our thrift store is the engine that generates a lot of the funding for the other programs, but we're really a community resource hub. So the money we raise in the thrift store feeds people. We're delivering 500 meals a day worth of groceries. And then we're also paying rents and mortgages, utility bills, and connecting people with resources. So if we can't pay a bill, we'll find you someone who can, or we'll work with you on payments and things like that. So we really aim to be a place that the whole community can come and find what they're looking for. So the string tagging that the group from Eastern did is one of the more interesting jobs at Johnny Cake. We have two types of clothing. We have regular clothing where we sell it for $1 and there's nothing particularly special about it. And then we have the string tag clothing, which is what the group worked on. That clothing is set aside early in the sorting process and then gets tagged individually, and that we can sell for a higher price than our regular kind of dollar stuff. So that's where all the better brands, licensed sports team apparel, formal wear, the more interesting clothing, if you will all go through the string tagging process. It just helps us earn a little more for the organization. The hardest part about this project, I think the time management that's involved in making it all actually happen. It's really made me focus on finding the time to design in addition to actually sewing. And there's been a lot of just the amount of prep that's gone into this, I think, has been the hardest part.
I'm a maker basically, and I put a big value on anything that is made by hands, and students usually are very enthusiastic about learning how to sew. They start with, hoping to learn how to mend clothing, how to prolong the life of the clothing that they have, but they actually learn much more than that. They can make clothing after taking the class, and it is really exciting and fulfilling to see that they are very happy and enthusiastic about this ability to make their own things. Absolutely. Students do say that when they start making things, I always ask them at the end, what do you think? How do you feel about it? And they say we appreciate the value, we appreciate the labor that needs to go into making anything, pretty much anything. And again, they're touching, like there is a lot of, communication through touch. And that's why, like, human touch, this project is very important, because those students who will be on the site and sewing, it will be also, it is a process for them to think about, like what does it mean to make things, what does it mean to them, and what does it mean to people who who makes clothing. So yes, definitely.
So for the jacket itself, I was inspired by the song "Poster Boy" by Loon Lapid. In the music video, there's a character who wears a nice green kind of corduroy jacket. I'm not really a fan of corduroy, but I did really like the color, and I wanted to kind of make a jacket based off that, since it's typically not something I have in my personal wardrobe. So it was kind of fun trying to make it. And the pants, I wanted to make it a nice set. So we had to have the kind of green pants with the jacket, and the tote just kind of put everything together for it.
What got me into sewing was my dad. He's more of the sewist in my family. He originally kind of had me always patching up or sewing laundry bags, because sometimes there'll be a hole in it. I would fix that either hand sewing or sewing it on the sewing machine. And then at the time during the pandemic, he had me sewing, masks and stuff for the family, because we needed some masks. But it was him, and then watching fashion TV shows like Project Runway, and then America's Next Top Model, before it was controversial. But yeah, that's it's my dad, and just media and television and stuff like that.